Bad breath cure. How to tell if you have bad breath. In the earliest stages, bad breath can be somewhat difficult for one to notice. One indicator that you may have a breath problem developing is by gauging how fresh your mouth seems to be to yourself. Most of us readily recognize that sensation of feeling clean and fresh right after brushing our teeth or using mouthwash. If you find that this sensation seems to leave you sooner rather than later, that may be a strong indication that something is up. Another self-indicator is if you find yourself in the habit of using breath mints a lot more than usual. This can be an unconscious effort on your part to freshen breath that seems to get stale a lot more quickly than it once did. Check your consumption of breath mints. Have you moved beyond popping one or two after having the garlic chicken at lunchtime to using a dozen or more over the course of a morning or afternoon? If this is the case, there is a good chance you have bad breath. One of the truly powerful signs that something is wrong with your breath is when other people begin giving you little signs that something is up. There is a good chance that someone near you has already become aware that your breath is not as pleasing to the senses as the aroma of lemon candles. Signs that your breath is not perceived as welcoming by others are sudden changes of expression when the two of you are face to face. You may sense a slight feeling that people are pulling back to a more comfortable distance. If you actually notice someone take a step back, then there is a good chance you need to check the condition of your breath. Another common sign of the presence of bad breath is when people always seem to be offering you breath mints or chewing gum without actually taking one themselves. This is a clear indicator that something is not registering as sweet smelling and that the source of the aroma is your breath. People who do this tend to think that the problem must be temporary in nature and choose to help out by offering something to take the edge off your breath before it begins to peel the wallpaper. Of course, the clincher is when somebody comes right out and tells you that something has got to be done about your breath. If you are lucky, a loved one will take you aside and clue you into the situation as discreetly as possible. In other instances, it may take a stranger or someone who is not so investing in protecting your feelings to blurt it out in a most unpleasant manner. Whether delivered with kid gloves or with a loud verbal smack, there isn't much of a way to avoid the fact any longer. If you have bad breath, you need to find out what is actually causing this condition. Most often, your bad breath is caused by a creation of tonsil stones. Tonsil stones are collections of various matters that bond together and collect at the back of the throat where the tonsils are located. Generally, the stones will be off-white to yellow in color and smell horribly. Sometimes they appear on your tonsils, and sometimes they just form in the back of your throat and you can't see it. The permanent cure to bad breath is to get rid of these tonsil stones. Find out today how to cure your bad breath by going to